Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. So I have a little confession to make because I have never read the Hunger Games series. So I decided to make a little reading vlog of reading the very first book in the Hunger Games series. I actually plan to be reading the whole series in this video, but I want to upload this video next week and so I only have a week. And I won't be able to read 3 books in 1 week. So this is going to be the reading vlog for the very first book in this series. Maybe I'll start the second or whatever, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I don't even really know what the book is about. I mean, I've heard some bits and pieces of what's going on, but I am not really that familiar with what the story is about. And I also know that the series in German is called Die Tribute von Panem, so the tribute of Panem. And I guess like I can figure out that there's some kind of tribute that is being made and the place that it is set is probably called Panem or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I know. I also know that I think the main character is called like Katniss Everdeen or something, and she honestly I don't know, but yeah, and like games take place or something. Everybody who's watching this and is like, yeah, obviously that's what it's about, sorry. I mean, kind of shame on me for not reading this series earlier, but hey, I'm going to try to keep it as spoiler free as possible. I might do some like time stamps and be talking about some of the plot that's happening, but I'll try my best to keep it as spoiler free as possible. But yeah, I'm very interested to see what this book is about and how I like it. Let's start reading.
I met a stranger, but with your face, taking a trip into the old days, over my shoulder looking both ways. Open your eyes and pull the mask down. Do you recognize her in the past now? What a surprise, I'm coming back round.
Hello, it's now a few days later and I wanted to give you guys a little update on my thoughts on the Hunger Games. So I'm now on page 208. I forgot to update, which I'm very sorry about. It took me a little bit to get into because I don't really read that much like dystopian fiction, so it took me a little to get used to the vibe, but I'm really enjoying it so far. It's very easy to read and like honestly the font is like so big, it's kind of crazy. I'm not used to that anymore, but because it's like a YA book, it makes sense. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. The plot is definitely plotting. Obviously, Katniss is now one of the tributes, and I'm now at the part where they're already at the arena, I guess, and are already in the middle of the Hunger Games. So it's very interesting to read. Personally, I was a little bit confused that the part of them getting to the game was so long. Page 158 was the last part of the prepping for the Hunger Games, and then after that it only just started with the games, and I thought that the whole games part was going to be a bigger part of the book, so that kind of confused me, but it made sense because there were a lot of steps that had to be taken care of, I guess, before the games could start. So yeah, I was just kind of confused by that, but it made sense. I was just like, why aren't the games starting? I mean, isn't that the whole point? But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm also very interested to watch the movie after I finished reading the book because I heard that it's supposed to be really good. And I also wanted to add that I did start with this book, even though there's a prequel, the Songbird of... Nah. the Ballad of Songbirds and the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, because this was the one that was published first and the other one came out I think last year or the year before that or something. So I kind of wanted to go with the original order and not with the like chronological order. I usually go for the chronological order, but I thought it might be better to stick to the like published order, I guess. So yeah, if anybody's interested why I started with this one and not with the prequel, that's the reason. There's also a little like romancy tension going on, which I'm very intrigued by. I hope that that is going to evolve throughout the books, but I guess we'll see. Okay, so I'm now on page 282 and there just was a crazy plot twist and I'm not okay. So yeah, just letting you guys know that I'm not okay with that. I'm surprised that I'm not crying, but if you know, you know. If you don't, you should read it because this is crazy. I'm loving this book so far. It's absolutely insane, and the plot twist, that was crazy. I'm still trying to recover from it because I'm not okay with this. Look at my cute little dog over here. She's chilling. Okay, well, I'm going to read probably the next like chapter or at least a few more pages because there was a crazy plot twist and I need to know what happens next, so I'm going to figure that out.
I haven't been, I'll jump right in this time machine for you, and we're meeting for the first time. Again and again and again and again, every press restart, gotta win your heart in the end, from a friend of a friend of a friend now. Again and again and again and again, the power lands into my hands, so now and then.
Done. Guess who just finished reading The Hunger Games? I just finished reading. This was a crazy book. I'm not 100% sure what my rating would be, but it's definitely somewhere between like I think a 4 and a 4.5 or something like that, in that range, because it was super good. It was never boring. There wasn't a single moment where I was like, oh, I don't want to pick it up. I was just so invested in the story and the characters. I loved Katniss. She's like, I love her. To give you a bit of a review, I think the storyline was really, really good and it was so thought out and so interesting. It just kept me reading and I was so invested in it. And the characters as well were so amazing. As I said, I love Katniss. I think she's an amazing main character. And I also loved the relationship of her with like other characters, with Peeta, who was the boy tribute from her district, and with all of the other characters that she met. It was just so interesting to see how different she is, kind of. And yeah, the vibe of it was really fun as well. I mean, fun is maybe not the right word because they're literally trying to kill each other in the arena, but I don't know, it just, like, it really felt like I was in the moment and I really loved this book. So I would definitely recommend it if you haven't read it. Most people probably have because it's like really famous, but I haven't. I'm also very interested in watching the movie because I heard it's supposed to be really good and I'm very interested to see how they kind of, yeah, adapted all of the events from this book to a movie. And I definitely want to continue the series. I have all of the other books on my TBR shelf up there. I'm also going to dive into some like spoilery parts now because I want to give my thoughts on some of the events that happened. So if you don't want any spoilers, skip to the timestamp that I'm going to put right here. So first of all, Rue's death absolutely killed me. I was kind of hoping that at the end of the book they would like have a little small group of tributes like Katniss, Peeta and Rue and maybe one or two others that were like, no, we're not going to kill each other, and then that's how the game is like resolved. That was what I thought would happen, but that wasn't what happened, so I was very sad when Rue died because I desperately wanted her to win as well. But I mean, it makes sense, you know, so I can't really complain, but I was very heartbroken. That is going to be it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed me reading The Hunger Games for the very first time. If you like these sort of videos where I read like popular books, maybe I can also read like a popular series like the ACOTAR series or something in one video, definitely let me know, because I have quite a bunch of like pretty popular like OG TikTok books that I still haven't read. So if you would like to see any of those videos, definitely let me know. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, maybe like, comment or subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!